All right, ladies and gents, we're gonna go with the last session of the day in this session. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish the component where in the game the human is going to input to draw a card or not. So for that, we're gonna resume from previous session. So we had the functionality to draw a card, and based on that, we also, with a card that we are drawing, we were validating to see if the card is blackjack or not. So again, the rules of the game are definitely very subjective what the game is. In this case, we're doing a blackjack game, and so for that, for all intents and purposes, we're going to validate against the rules of blackjack, right? Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to need to ask the user for some inputs, right? So in this case, because it's I don't have a client, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna do CLI type of inputs, and maybe for that, I'm sure there's gonna be a library. Excuse me, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a library for this. I'm trying to find out which one it is. Read line, I guess you can do that. Okay, so I think I think we can do the read line library. Just like looking up some options for that. I'm wondering, is readline available? Oh, it actually is. Yeah, it is actually. Interesting. Okay, so let's try that then. So we're gonna do equal. So here, red line dot. So the input is gonna be process std in, and then output is gonna be process std out. So maybe I have to import. See, like here it says no, but I don't think that's gonna make a difference. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so for that, I'm just gonna edit the package JSON, and here in the dependencies we're gonna do readline. I don't know what the version is, but I can also do npm install readline, I guess. There you go. And now we should have here. Cannot find redline.ts. Well, okay. So maybe that. We probably don't need that after all, so let's try import all as file system from fs, I guess. Let's try that. And then yes, so we can just put yes or no, just like that, just very simple. And then it's gonna expect an input no, and so draw false. And then okay, let's try this. File name equals process org. So we're gonna try to get the first argument, and this is gonna be yes or no. So here, if okay, so now we need the contents actually. Let input equal this is not a file though. No, this is the input. There's no file there, so we don't need file system then. Okay. So if yes, then we're gonna proceed drawing a card. Else, draw card is gonna be false, and then the loop stops. Okay, this is irrelevant. Okay. And here we can be more explicit. We're just gonna assume everything else other than yes. It's just not gonna draw a card, which is fine. Okay, so for that, we're gonna do excuse me, and we can also do turn as equal. So it starts at turn 1, or we can do turn counter, and it's 1, and then as it goes, we're gonna increment as it goes. And for example, we can do that, and then we're gonna say console log turn counter, and then it says, would you like to draw a card? Yes. So at the start of the game, obviously we're gonna draw a card automatically. Maybe we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. So get cards, like, okay, we don't need this anymore, we know it works. We can do the player name, sure. So we can say so log welcome to Blackjack, and here we can say the name, which is player, yes, get name, and then we can concatenate this with that. Maybe now that I'm thinking about this, instead of a regular player, we can have a dealer, but whatever. So it's fine. So now the player is gonna draw a card, right? As we said, and then we're gonna display what a card is. Let's see. First card is John. And then after that, we don't need to validate yet because it's just one card. But we would like to know what a card is, right? And so for that, we can say display current hand of cards, and then for that we can do that. But also maybe we can do current hand of cards and just concatenate that, and then just let it do the rest. Okay, and then we'll do the validation inside the loop. Okay. So the validation will probably have to happen inside the loop, like right here somewhere. At the end of the turn, there's gonna be validation, right? And then if this returns false, I think it was. Let's double check. Right. So if it returns true, only then you can draw another card. If it's false, then the game ends, right? Automatically. So let's maybe try that. True, true. Okay. So we're gonna do player 1 again, draw a card. Okay. Validation, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So this could work. Draw card false. Okay. We can do that. Would you like to draw another card? If the input is yes, then you draw a card. Otherwise, you say draw a card false, and then it ends. Okay, so we talk about validation. Okay, so and here we can stop the execution of the loop again if. So here it is, validate player 1. So if it's true, oh no, sorry, if it's false, we can even display the message, but actually we don't have to. It's just gonna log from here. Okay, it's gonna log anyways. Or we can, instead of logging, we can return the value, but then it's not going to be boolean anymore. Okay, for now I'll just leave it like that. And so like if it's false, then draw card is going to be false also, and then this whole thing is going to stop. Okay, and then I think that displaying the cards should be in the loop then. Yeah. So we can do turn, and then we can do that, and then we're gonna ask the user, would you like to draw another card? Right? Okay, I think this is good. I might have an issue here with this, but we'll figure it out. Okay. I think I might have to print again the cards at the end, because if I'm satisfied with it, and then it returns true here. Let's test it out. If I want to am I in the source? Okay, sorry. Yeah. Sum of hand of cards 13. Okay, so it did not ask for input. We did not ask for input, so in that case, oh, I think I know why it's yeah, it's because let's do that. Okay, we're gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not sure what's good. So it is installed. Yeah, it's definitely installed. Yep, that looks fine. Read line dash sync, correct. Not sure why it gives the error. Let's look into it. So let's do, okay, let's try something else then. npm save dev, I guess. So npm install with save dev flag types read line sync. Okay. All right, now it's good. Okay, so I had to do that. Okay, okay. Interesting. npm remove red line then. Let's see. Perfect. So this should work right now. Source. Correct. Okay. So turn 1. So welcome to Blackjack cards game. Marius, turn 1. Current hand of cards is a 2D because... Okay. Do I want to draw another card? And I think we can add the summation of cards right here on the validation right here. And we're going to say yes. And after you do yes, sum of cards 7. And then I have, because I have a 2D and 5S, right? Would you like to draw another card? Yes. And now I have 19. Do I want? No. There you go. Unfortunately, I did not hit Blackjack, but that's okay. Let's try again. So we're playing Blackjack game. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna have to increase, yeah, like that. To draw another card, yes. So now I have 18. Yes. Boom, bust. Okay, so it works. Let's do the presentation a little bit better. So I think here, yeah, I think we need to change this. So after we validate, I think what we want to do, I think we want to store that, but that is on the player side, not in the deck of cards, right? So it's going to be player sum of cards kind of thing, right? And for that, what we can do, we can just add a sum here somewhere. Like cards sum. And this is gonna be a number. And we can default it to 0, right? And then we're gonna do a setter and a getter for that. Okay, and then get cards sum. This is gonna be a number. Return this card sum. Yeah, perfect. You don't need function. Okay. All habits from PHP. Okay, cool. So we have that. So what we can do, instead of printing there, we're gonna do player right. So we're gonna do player set card sum, and it's gonna be the number. Perfect. That's it. Yeah, we can do that for now. And then outside, we can print the sum right here. Because let's double check something. Yeah, I think okay, I'm gonna extract that. Whoops. I'm gonna extract that, and then the sum, it can be computed on the fly, right? So how we're gonna do that? So here, or on the in the player side, we can do like this computation here. We can. Do we want a card stick? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So here we can do public, maybe calculate. And let's give me a number. And then we can just do that. We can copy this. So what I'm doing here, it's a technique called encapsulation. So whenever you need to use multiple what you call them, instances of the same code, that's whenever there's repetition or duplications, you call that encapsulation. Encapsulation is the strategy or the aspect of reducing or you're gonna reuse that code in multiple places. That's really what encapsulation means. So here I am encapsulating this code, and I'm gonna be able to reuse it by calling this function here. And you'll see in a second how. That's a return. Okay, this looks good, and then it's gonna return a number. Okay, perfect. So here we're gonna do this let num equals, so calculate play card sum. Perfect, right? And essentially it's the same thing. Now, when we calculate, do we want to set it up? Let me just lower the volume here. Do we want to set it up here, or do we want to set up the property in when the calculation is done? I think we can do it outside. So, for example, we get a number, and then we're going to set the amount, the value in the property inside the player object. And so now we can do some sort of validation. So the reason I did that is because this is like computed, we can play some. Okay, so now we can kind of like call this again from outside, which is here. Because I just want to know the sum before I validate the hand. That's the thing, right? So we can do current sum of cards, and then I could use that, but I know right now it's not set yet because I need to validate first according to that logic I put. So what we can do card stack, and then we can say calculate player card sum. I'm just gonna pass the player object like that, and then we're gonna pass player here, player 1, like so. Okay, and I know this is gonna return. It's gonna return a number. Or maybe actually no, sorry. It's like this. It's gonna return a number. Okay, this is working fine. Okay, so let's try again. There you go. So it's gonna show you turn 1. It's gonna show you current hand of cards, so you can have all of them listed, and then you're gonna see the sum of the cards. So typically you're gonna calculate this in your mind, but since we're doing it the digital way, it's just gonna be displayed here. Would you like to draw another card? Sure, let's go. So turn number 2. Now we have 2 cards. 6 with 5, 11. Correct. Would you like another one? Yes. And unfortunately, it's a bust now. Now, because it's a bust, I think we need to show the hand and the sum of cards again, and that is the reason why I wanted to put this one. We can call it again at the end. And at the end we can also say, let me go back here. Okay, after the loop. And we can say game is over or something like that. Or we can say more positive. We can say thank you for playing. And we can do $. There you go. Alright, so that looks good. Let's try again. Okay, so I have 2. Of course I want another one. Now I have 10. Do I want to risk another one? Sure. I have 16. Do I want to risk another one? Sure. Boom. Yeah. It's 29. It's not 21. Okay, good. So that's a game over right there. Let's try again. Actually, let me just clear the console so you can see properly. Sure. Oh no, that's like unfortunate. Let's try again. So I have 4. Yes, I do want to know one. So 12. Let's do an 18, and I'm gonna risk it because I'm gonna get. I'm not lucky today, huh? I've been coding for, I'm forgetting, maybe it's definitely over 10 years. I think it's about 14 years or about 15 years when I picked up coding along, so it's a while back. Would you like to draw another card? Yes. So we only have a 2. That's a 10 now, so I have a 2 of diamonds and an 8 of spades. I'm gonna risk it. Gonna go with another one. Now I have 4 of spades, So that's a 14. And just because I feel lucky, I'm gonna go with another one. Oh my god. Busted again. Damn it. Yeah, let's try again. Come on, computer. Give me some luck. Okay, that's a 3. That's an 8. That's a 10. Come on. And an 18. I'm gonna risk it again. Okay, so 2 25s in a row. This doesn't look like... doesn't look too good, to be honest. What kind of luck is this? That's why I don't go to the casino. I'm gonna lose all the time. So 9. As a 22. Okay, fine. So a 7 spades, 2 hearts, and a queen of clubs. That's a 22. Okay, that's a 2, that's 12. And there you go. Blackjack. Okay, so 2 of spades, 10 of diamonds, and a 9 of spades again for a 21, which is a blackjack. Okay, so that's safe to say that the game actually works. In the last episode, so I'm gonna have to end it here, but in the last episode, I'm gonna create the client, so it's gonna be something like with graphical interface. It's gonna be in the browser, and we're gonna draw the cards and all that stuff. And yeah, it's just gonna be like any other regular game you see online nowadays. And we're gonna write that in React.js most likely, and then the code you see here, the engine, which is the backend, it's probably gonna stay the same, except I'm gonna expose it to APIs. So it's gonna be REST APIs most likely, and so that the React app will call the backend to do those actions I'm doing here in the code. Okay, this is gonna be fun. All right. Thanks for the follow, Ivy. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce, or if it's Ivy Whitaker. Nevertheless, I'll be back. We're gonna do another session on this, and after this, we're gonna go into other topics, more advanced. We'll see. Hopefully, I can build a crowd, and we're just gonna have some drinks and have fun. All right, I'll see you guys next time.